Explore today's must-have trends and innovative styles at Mrs. B's Clearance and Outlet. Shop one-of-a-kind finds in today's must-have trends. Explore wall-to-wall deals, furniture, flooring, mattresses, home accents, seasonal favorites, and more. Discover unique new home decor, pillows, accessories, and more. There's something perfect for your style and budget. There's new inventory every day at up to 80% off suggested retail. Discover the style and savings of Mrs. B's Clearance and Outlet.
We were very fortunate. We just did a huge tour in Europe from mid-January to mid-February. And, if that tour had been pushed back a month and a half, we would have been jammed up. So we got 20 shows in right before all of this craziness hit. And, that was a good thing because at least there was some bread in the household. But, so far I've had about 4 or 5 shows get postponed, canceled. Not canceled, but just postponed for the time being. But the thing is, we don't really know how far this thing is going to play out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. They pushed it back 2 months, but we might be in a worse situation 2 months from now. With all the social distancing and not allowing large crowds, there's no telling when those shows are going to be back on the calendar, or if they're going to be back on the calendar officially, or they're going to get outright canceled. For an artist like myself, touring is really the main source of income, being on the road, doing shows, selling merch at the shows. And, I know a lot of other artists are in the same position as I am. So you got to rely on feature work. There's a few feature things that come through, that have been coming through since all of this happened. And but I know everybody worldwide is going to be strained financially. I don't know if people are going to have that extra couple of grand to throw at a feature when they don't know. Like if they work a regular job and their job is shut down and they're not able to go to work, at some point, spending money to get a verse from somebody isn't going to be, a priority. So it's going to be tough the next few months for everybody. I'm thinking about the artists that are on that national level where they were getting big checks. Those big checks are great, but what happens when your lifestyle, your mortgage is $6,000 a month, your overhead for your household and all of that is over 10 grand. You getting big checks, and you might have a lot of money saved up in that bank, but what happens when that same 10K is due every month and the shows is not coming in? You're not getting that 30 grand a show. So it's really the same scenario across the boards. Every industry is going to be affected by this. I just been focusing on, I'm stuck in the house, not stuck, but I'm in the house with my wife and my daughter, and we're just staying close to home, trying to stay away from public places. But we go out to the park. We went out to the park a few times, just walking. Not too many people out there, just walking the track, getting some exercise. Go in our backyard and do a little bit of exercise. That's what you got to do. Try to maintain like that. I've had a lot of extra time to work on my musical. I've been writing a musical, so I've been spending a lot of time on my computer, working on really writing some of the songs for it. So I'm going to take this time and focus on creating my musical, next album with Marco Polo. There's plenty that I could be putting my time and efforts into. Maybe not things that are going to bring money in immediately, but things that are going to bring money down the road, and that's what it's always about. Looking forward to the next opportunity, and hopefully things get better sooner than later, because eventually everybody's going to be hurting unless you a millionaire with, $20 million in the bank, cash sitting there. A lot of people are going to be struggling. That's what it is, man. Masta Ace, Brooklyn, New York.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Termanology, recording artist / radio personality / father of 2 children. I'm doing this interview for Tim. He asked me basically what is life like during this COVID-19 pandemic, and how is it different from my normal life. I would say normally I get up in the morning, go to the post office, I go to the studio, I drive state to state delivering merchandise, doing radio, doing features, going from city to city, session to session, doing all kinds of concerts and shows, and pretty much most of that has been like at a standstill. For the last 2 weeks, everybody's in the house. The kids can't go to school. Their moms can't go to work. They're working from home. You really can't, go outside for anything that's not essential. Basically food, gas for the car in case you have to go somewhere. Things like that. So it's kind of crazy. I see a lot of people losing their temper, getting upset, really sick of it. And a lot of people lost money. I lost money on tours, future tours coming up, things like that. But definitely, I'm staying motivated. I'm staying healthy. I'm keeping my immune system up. I'm trying to eat healthy. I'm working out, even if it's from the house. I'm going outside to get fresh air, even if it's in my parking lot. Not touching nobody, not, coming close to people or giving anybody high five or handshakes. But we do need to, not sit in the house and just be fearful. We do have to go outside and get some air and know that this too shall pass and everything's going to be all right. Hopefully your family is not affected by this. Hopefully you didn't get laid off and lose your job. And if you did, hopefully you can get some unemployment or, find another way to get money during this time. But I just want to, encourage everybody to keep their head up and stay safe out there. And, if you want to tap in with anything I'm doing, you can follow me on social media at TermanologyST. You can check out my website, gooddadgang.com. If you know any good parents out there, you want to send them to the website for some inspiration. We have merchandise and a newsletter, some other things, man. But shout out to the homie Tim. This Termanology here. Peace and love to everybody. Be safe.